genuinely don't know shit about World War II. If that could be ever evidenced by my butchering there. But today, what you're watching is the Factional Showdown Episode 3. It is the second game of a fantastic series that we've had so far. The first game featured Von Ivan winning. That's right, winning against Nagano. Nagano put up excellent resistance, however. You now see that Von Ivan is 1-0 up, so the Soviet player playing from the east on Holodny Firma versus the Wehrmacht player Nagano playing from the west as Wehrmacht. Nagano's got a lot of work to do. Lessons to be learned, you may ask. You've got to basically win those infantry engagements against those penal battalions. It sounds hard, and it is hard. It's going to be damn difficult to do that. Von Ivan has an excellent commander up his sleeve. That commander is the defensive tactics. It gives you the Dushka. It gives you the 120mm mortar, and that's all it pretty much needs to give you in order for you to win. Nagano, however, is I'm going to say it, he's a tactical mastermind. He sometimes makes strategic plays that, are amazing. He developed ways to play as OKW on garrison-heavy maps that really showed players how to play this game. And he's very interesting to watch for that reason. Early game engagement here, Nagano going straight in with the MP40s, closing the distance for these close quarter combat specialists. They're very good at what they do. SVTs, however, will outmatch them and outgun them. So now you've got the Pioneers on the run. We don't switch the factions. Somebody's asked why we do not switch the factions. We do not switch the factions in the Factional Showdown unless a mirror match situation happens in the semi-finals. If the same faction wins the semi-finals, the players have to rotate. But in general, you play as the faction you enter the tournament as. So these players have entered as Wehrmacht and the Soviets respectively, and they must play as those factions. Okay, we have the penal battalions going south. They've got to duke it out against these grenadiers. They've got to make it work, because it looks like Nagano is on the warpath. Nagano's already in a great position. He's got the MG42 in advanced territory, and he's out for blood and he's out for vengeance. And you may think that just because you saw Von Ivan win once as Soviets against Nagano, you're going to see it again. And that's just not the case. Nagano is a war machine. Nagano once played a Company of Heroes 2v2 tournament on the Saturday, and then won a Company of Heroes 1v1 tournament that evening. He's literally a beast. He's he can just keep going. He can come out with surprises, and he can make things happen against you that you do not expect. Flamer in the garrison, however, it pops out. This MG42's not got to get out of there. Soft pedals away with not much health remaining. Grenadiers trying to duke out now. This combat energy is actually between a rock and a hard place and has to get out of there himself. And will Nagano again get into the church? He'd be a badass motherfucker to do so. Third Strafniki out of the Special Rifle Command. Elsewhere in the west, again, Von Ivan always pushes this point, and he then gets behind this heavy this heavy cover here. And look at that, he's really starting to pen his opponent in base, just like his opponent's doing to him. Got an incredible turnabout of play, and this battle then becomes really important, because if you look at it now, we have pen in here and a pen in here. This will open up the territories, and basically Nagano has to keep this position now, otherwise he'll lose his cutoff and his fuel. The MG did the very impressive thing of getting inside that garrison. However, here comes the combat engineer again. He has to get out of there. He has to get out of there fast, and he has done so. This is a hard retreat situation. Penal battalions are on their retreat path, and to be honest, Von Ivan may be able to get rid of them here. He's gotten two squad members down. One more remaining. Oh, that was close.
Engineers are ready to build tank traps and obstacles, comrades.
Again, this looks like it could be a whitewashing, could be a clear win for Soviets in today's Factional Showdown. Wehrmacht have a lot of work to do. Nagano needs to show how much prowess he can thrust upon you. I do often use sexual innuendo in my casting. I'll admit it now for the first time. I'm an addict. I can't stop it. MG42 is going to have a lot of work to do. But to be honest, you're going to have to get the penals away from this garrison. This garrison's a bitch. It's a true bitch. And he's got a great tool at his disposal. If you can see what he's building, top right of your screen there, take out your Haynes Guide to Military Silhouettes. That right there is the 251 half-track, and it will wield the Flammenwerfer upgrade without a shadow of a doubt. And this could actually open up the field. This could prove the strategy that Nagano needed. But he's got to be really careful now, because you've got this T-35 mine here, and you've got PM 6 personal mines coming down there, not often seen. PMD6 anti-personnel mines. So there you go. You got a mixture of anti-tank and anti-personnel personnel. It's not anti-personal. It doesn't say like insults to you. Like, what are you wearing? That's disgusting. When you like step on it, it blows you to pieces. That's the idea. He's done the right thing here. He's got a pioneer with a minesweeper.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Should help the situation considerably. Here we go. The obvious upgrade to the obvious counter is now on the field. These penals are going to instant retreat. Watch this. There you go. Instantly retreated because he's just got such a great ability in this 251. He could actually go for the kill there. I'm not even joking. He doesn't. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he knows. I don't know. Let's see what he does. He's going north instead. This penal battalion's now got to get out of there. You do, of course, have access to the throw satchel charge targeted in live chat. It's in live game, sorry, so you have to be careful. He's having to back away slowly. But look at Nagano's excellent micro. Also, we've got an engagement. This combat engineer got pushed away. This penal's really getting bullied around the battlefield. And this has now pushed Von Ivan into the Su-76. Oh, he gets out of there again! What a great foray into the battlefield. Really bitched Von Ivan out there. And he's got to break the triple cap now. However, he's going to hit... No, he's not going to hit the mines. He spotted the mines. No demo up north either. He was lucky there, to be honest. There could have been. Somebody's asking why SU. Von Aston asks why, because there's no tier 2 in base. And if you ever played on Holodny Firma against a well-microed 251, it can be hella good. But in fairness, you could agree with Von Aston because he could have got an upgrade on one of his penals and gotten the anti-tank rifles and used that in combination with the T-70. That would have been an option. So there are multiple options here. However, it seems to me Von Ivan possibly respects Nagano a little bit too much to use the PTRS. Torniki says Nagano might need 2 sweepers. And I humbly agree. I think everybody today has needed 2 sweepers. Su-76 is a battle Su-76, a very rare sight indeed, and drives straight into his opponent's base. You may ask, did he accidentally waypoint over here? No. This is Von Ivan, and he does Von Ivan things that other people would not do, and his viewers have come to expect. 251 gets just within range to unleash this torrent of flames. Look at these poor Strafniki. Run, Strafniki! Run! Oh, and this 251 now, veterancy 2, giving it improved mobility and reinforcement radius. Oh, and this adds a dead combat engineer, and they threw that. What a lovely gesture. They said, we no longer need this, you have it. And they threw it out of the window. Su-76 is in barrage mode, destroying this husk. Okay, we are 9 minutes. At the 10-minute mark, we're going to do something very interesting. And I want maximum participation involved. I'm going to drink some coffee. I want everybody to comment on YouTube and in Twitch right now on who you think is going to win this game. I'm going to bring up the battle stats for you so you can judge that as well. They're the battle stats of what's happened so far. The top left and top right. Who do you think is going to win? And I'm going to gulp down a cold coffee. That was bloody disgusting. So, YouTube commenters, Twitch commenters, Intelligence209 says his dad is going to win. I'm not sure about that one. At 10 minutes mark, I would have to say, I think Nagano's put himself in an excellent position here. He's had the 2-5-1 out, and you know, it should go his way from here because he's got great fuel control. He's got 85 in the tank. In terms of structures, he's not got to Battle Phase 2 yet, but I just feel he's in a stronger position than he was in an earlier game. So, I'm a big Nagano fanboy. I am a Von Ivan fanboy as well, but I always like to see a lot of parity. And I think possibly Nagano could take this one. Always getting close to those satchels, he's got to keep away. Climbed up to 6 kills now, very important kills. Because they've given Nagano a lifeline in this game. I do the Dane mid-game analysis from time to time. I do take from the best casters, and Dane I do class as that. I always have done. And I've innovated a lot myself, it must be said. So, for what people have stolen off me, and they have, I have stolen off other people. And that's what a community does, doesn't it?
New Grenadier squad is ready.
Surprised nobody's nicked the strategic zoomcast thing yet, though. But I'm pretty happy they haven't.
We are losing a sector.
Ooh, there you go, barrage goes in against nothing. That's right, nothing. He's attacking this log pile. The MG walks into it, and they survive because the AoE of the light artillery barrage is horrible. It's mostly just a pyrotechnic display.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Definitely looks like Nagano isn't in a stronger position after all. He's lost his territories, and seems that Von Ivan's been able to decap him from his fuel for a considerable portion of time there, and is able to now keep it going with this handy penal battalion. You'll notice Nagano has 4 grenadiers total, all in interesting positions. He could possibly upgrade them with G43s if we were to go Jaeger infantry doctrine, which would be an interesting idea. Not sure it's the best idea though. Nice minesweeper there, getting rid of that demo. That, by the way, it must be said, is a flamethrower minesweeper. It's a very rare sight indeed.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
Just going to double check on that one actually. Yes, they are indeed a flamethrower minesweeper. They are very much a Swiss Army knife of working units. Su-76 with its terrible barrage going in. And the Pioneers don't give a shit. They're just standing there. They finally lose 2 models. If you stand there and take it, you will lose out over time. Nice combat battle group from Nagano. He's got everything you could want. Everything a girl needs to make you happy. In the northern sector there, if you notice. He's got anti-infantry, he's got anti-tank, he's got suppression platform. And he's really beginning to branch out now. We've got a pitched engagement here. Grenadiers versus this penal battalion. They run into their own satchel and die! Banzai! For the Emperor! And they pretty much attacked that husk. Don't allow any of the disgusting Western invaders to have their husks. Note, I do use the Imperial Japanese as my go-to suicide troop of choice, not something like Al-Qaeda or ISIS, because this is not a modern game, this is very much a World War II game. It's far more tasteful. 251 doing more great work, 10 kills and counting. Su-76 has been pretty inept. Let's see if we can get this angle off. Ooh, misses on its first shot. 251 gets out of there. Love that voice line. So he's not going for the Dushka. You notice he had the manpower just now. He didn't go for it. He rebuilt the dead penal battalion. And that makes me think he's very scared of that 251. Now veterancy 3. Gaining its better sight. Wow. Wow. As a good friend would say. What's the actor that goes, wow? Oh, Owen Wilson, that's it. Wow. There's a YouTube montage of Owen Wilson saying, wow. It's in every film he's ever been in. This SU-76 has been a little bit inept, it must be said. It's only gotten 2 kills, not really hit the 251 very many times, and not really done what he needed to do. I think Von Asten's right. Von Asten's a top-level player that could have been playing for you today. He just about missed out. Didn't quite have the automatic rank necessary. F-76 is getting pissy now. It's starting to break shit. It's like a teenager in a temper tantrum. Might actually kill this Grenadier because it's heavily grouped up. Oh no, the 251's exposed. Needs to be careful. However, there's now 2 Pak-40s. So equally, the Su-76 is in difficult territory. Looks like Von Ivan's scouted it out there. Elsewhere, we have an engagement with the Grenadiers in a difficult situation. Nagano ever present with his overall battle omniscience. Oh, big shot in from the S-76. You'll notice that was negative cover. Well, it was until it became a crater. Oh, he's gone for the Pak. Will he be able to get it? Very unlikely. Pak-40 opening up against the S-76. However, he's stolen it now. There is no anti-infantry counters. Oh, but his own mortar wiped him out. Holy crap. Von Ivan has been self-destructive in this game. He's been destroying his own units. He destroyed his own penal battalion with his own penal battalion. He's destroyed the stolen Pak-40 with his own mortar. Just not been his own friend, has he? Well pointed out by Twitch chat, there has been a Grenadier that has died. Gonna momentarily look for the bodies. We know it wasn't there. It could have been... Oh, there's a demo here. Watch out for that one. Keep an eye on that. There could be another Grenadier about to die. Very rare demo there.
Rocket launcher on the field.
MRLS on the field. Stalin organ ready to sing. Demo ready to blow. Oh, they're grouped. That's a fatality, I believe, just within the radius. Oh, he's even closer now. If Von Ivan sees this, but Von Ivan's overall battle sight is poor for a top-level player. We all know that. He's a great player when it comes to being aggressive in the way he is. However, when it comes to noticing things on the battlefield, he does lack at times. Oh, God, there you go. Those mines went off, killed 3 squad members. And that's what causes Von Ivan to lose squads on the peripheral engagements. It's almost, as I discussed in that first game, like he has the blinkers on. Like he's very good at being focused and being very good at what he does, but he does miss some things on the peripheries of his vision from time to time. And that's sometimes what happens in top, very, very intelligent guys that do something in a focused way. Katusha rains fire from above. Pak-40 gets out of there. I've always thought that maybe girls would be better at this game than boys. And it was proven in Code 1 when we had Sunjaya and Greatness who got to just under top level. They were level 16 Code 1 players, which means they were just under top level. And they were great players. They were good. They weren't great, they were good. And it proved to me that females can be very good at this game. And I actually think it would suit a female mind because you're better at multitasking, you're better at seeing stuff, not right in front of you. You can focus. Look at that weird angle of shading thing. There's a weird lighting thing going on there. Look at that. That's odd, isn't it? It's like some kind of... He's opened up a rift! Oh my god, Nagano's challenging the underworld! This is crap. He's going in some Wallalolo kind of tributes to Satan. But every time I've gotten a girl to play this game, I got my ex to play this game, she kind of was scared about her units and she hid them behind trees. And that was just in the early game. She took her first engineer and hid it behind a tree in auto match. So maybe not the best, I don't know. Su-76 now, it's spurned what I said about it earlier and it's now started to kill shit. 7 kills in. Katusha nearly ready with its second barrage of the game. Su-76 continuing to barrage nothing, perhaps a show of force. Panzer Grenadiers standing by for their 120 munition upgrade, most likely. You also have heavy Panzer Corps up for Nagano. That rogue, that dark horse. Oh no, Lusing. That's why she's my ex. She After I tried to get her into Co 2, she dumped me. It's true. No, it's not true, but it might as well be true. And then I had, literally, in fact, when the game first came out and I was playing it, I had a previous ex. That's right, I've just had lots of little girlfriends. She described it as the most boring thing she'd ever seen. When I was, I think it was a game on, if I remember exactly, it was Moscow Outskirts 1v1. That's right, that's how long ago it was. And I tried to get her excited for it, and she said it was the most boring thing in the world. And I think she lost a lot of respect for me that day.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Panzer Grenadiers going north. They haven't gotten the upgrade yet. I think that's wise. You want to get these Sturmgewehrs firing. And that will be shown right now. As they're gunned down by the SVT, so they kill one model before they have to retreat. So I suppose that's better than the usual Wehrmacht situation. Oh god, Katyusha going in. Doing great work against Nagano here. MG42 pushing away the penal battalion. Good piece of manoeuvring by Nagano. He's also going to get the 251 Flammenwerfer. It throws the flame all over his opponents. Su-76 is in a constant dance with the 251. It must be really pissed off. Somehow it's gotten to Veteran C2 just by killing infantry. But it's not really shot at the 251 very much at all. I really wonder what Nagano's going for with tier 4. I really wonder. Big shots going in. There is a lot of disrespect for the Wehrmacht Panther. I mean, you know, great players such as Cruzy. They disrespect it. He's doing baby rage in chat if he sees the Panther. I'm not of the same ilk, although I do like the Brumbear. I think it's a great unit in today's modern meta. And I think if you match it with 2-pack 40s and Panzerschrecks, you can actually make a Brumbear-based build work really well. Interesting battle so far. We are now 22 minutes in, and this game shows no signs of quitting. We do see the Panzerkampfwagen 5, the Panther medium tank, I think the Germans wanted it to be, but it's definitely 54 tons, and it's an absolute beast. That's right. Me personally, I could have liked to have seen a Brumbear. It's not a stupid decision by any stretch of the imagination, but the Panther is sometimes seen as a little bit costly for what it gives you. But it'll work really well against this build, up against T-34-76, Su-76. Frontal armour is going to be really well protective of the crew members. And he's going to have a superior mobile platform to really gun down these mobile vehicles. In that previous game, all he had was Pack 40s. And he was up against multiple T-34s, and although he was able to destroy them, overall I thought the mobility that Von Ivan has was a little bit too much for Nagano to handle. And he just lost out in terms of victory points in the end. He must have seen that demo go up there. And there it is. The thing the Germans waited for during the Battle of Kursk. The Panther is on the field. Unfortunately, most of them broke down due to mechanical breakdown. However, by the end of the war, it was probably pound for pound the best tank to have been fielded during the war. Pound for pound, that is, because it could do everything a Tiger could do for less weight and for more manoeuvrability. Oh, here you go. It's going up against the Su-76. Here comes the satchel charge. However, one pack gun has gone down elsewhere due to a big volley of Katyusha fire. Let's keep an eye on this situation up here. We now have Stukas raining fire from above. The Luftwaffe are out in force today. Looks like the Katyusha's missed. The Su-76 has gone down. The satchel charge has been dodged. Holy crap, what a game. Su-76 goes in against the big heavy cat. However, it just gets a frontal armor penetration for its troubles. Second pack hits Von Ivan with a misguided attempt. There's a Faust waiting for it. There you go, the fist of the furious German Misses against... That's it. He'd spent his munitions on the Stuka, so he had no munitions for the Faust. That makes sense now. To be honest, he could still go in with this Panther, in my opinion. Just doesn't know if there's mines anywhere. He doesn't know if there's another tank. And the Su-85 is now in the build. But what an incredible passage of play there. Really interesting. Everybody's saying to fuck no Faust. He did not have the munitions. Takes a pro caster such as AE. I may only be a top 500 player, but I've been casting this shit for many years now. And the first thing I check for when I see a top level player not being able to Faust is he's probably not got the munitions, and that is the case here. Top level players do not make mistakes like that. Oh, Demo Destruction goes off there. And that 251's got to keep reversing, otherwise it's going to get hit. It's going to get hit hard by that satchel. And Von Ivan does not have the problem of no munitions. He's got 530. Does not have that excuse at any point in the game to come. He did see him plant that demo. Hey, 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 it's roofies. But you've got to consider he was actually in the middle of microing shitloads of stuff everywhere when he saw it, in inverted commas. So what we saw on camera, he may not have seen on his camera, and that's always important to take into account. However, to be honest, probably should have thought about it a bit more. Ooh, Su-85's trying to find that 251. However, the Pak 40's stopping it. Elsewhere, the Panther's now battle-ready and battle-hardened. We have a urban assault Panzer Grenadier going in there. It destroys that 120mm. However, the SVTs also desecrate one of the squad members. I've had my coffee. I'm feeling battle ready as a caster. I'm hoping that every single one of my viewers, all 200 to 300 of you, however many there are, and all the eventual 3,000 that will watch this on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying the shit out of this as I am, and I hope you're ready for what is to come, because we're in for at least 15 minutes of exciting gameplay. We're now at 26 minutes. These games usually go to around 40 minutes when you've got this kind of middle game situation where we've got parity and we've got top level players cooking and firing on all cylinders, cooking on a full tank of gas. So it's any player's game to play for, any commander's battle to win. And the only thing I can say for certain is that we're going to have a great game on our hands.
We are losing a sector.
We have had another squad wipe, it seems, possibly to a mine. It looks like Nagano's only got the 2 squad members left. At least one of them's a urban assault grenadier. But this Katusha's now rallying. Katusha's only got 3 kills. Penal Battalion goes off and destroys that grenadier. That's nice work by the Penal Battalion. It did it from beyond the hedgerow. Katusha raining fire down. Von Ivan's looking damn strong today. So it could be said Von Ivan has a slight teching advantage. He's lost all of his original 4 grenadiers, and that's really poor from him, in my opinion. Although one was to a demo, he could have seen that demo, as one of the commenters pointed out to the commentator. But, you know, he did lose it, and he's lost a lot more as well. He also lost that. He was probably trying to micro away from the Katusha fire whilst it happens. So that's really good play from Von Ivan. And that's what I mean. When Von Ivan's focused in one situation, he can actually make a hell of a lot happen. He's a great player for that reason. He's lost all 4 grenadiers. He's got 61 model kills with them, but that's really poor from him. And again, Von Ivan's doing damn well in terms of KD. However, for this game at least, commentator Nagano is slightly in the lead. Why is he called Commentator Nagano in this game, you may ask? That was actually his first game ever. First name ever in this community. He played as Commentator Nagano back in Company Heroes 1, before this game was ever even released. So that came way before Ruka CL Nagano. That was his very first name. We have a slight lull in activity, but look at this battle grouper that Von Ivan has. It's damn good. He's also got a stolen Pak 40. Didn't catch him stealing that, but he has stolen it. Oh my god, another Katusha barrage goes down. Stalin organ playing for you a symphony of destruction on the battlefield, turning this once pleasant village in Western Russia into a moonscape, showing battle scars and scorched earth.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
We're about to hit the 30-minute mark. We've got a Wehr in the build. Is that what Nagano needs? I don't know. I really don't know. It seems a little bit risky to me. It seems to me that he could live his life like a candle in the wind. And there he goes. The Sturmpanzer, based on the Panzer IV chassis. This thing has a mounted howitzer, and it's an assault gun built to assault you, quite frankly. Could be convicted of grievous bodily harm in the very near future. Nagano's victory point count, keep an eye on it, 127, and dropping. He doesn't have any of these victory points right now. Wehr comes into field of view, kills a few models in its first shot. Needs to keep killing to make its battle presence valid. He's trying to cap this point here. This T-34 is giving him all kinds of problems. Isn't able to neutralise. Now has to push in with the pack. Probably got the Katusha ready to go in. That's right, 6 seconds till the recharge on that thing. And that'll just keep Nagano's packs constantly having to manoeuvre. And not able to settle and claim that central ground that he really needs to claim. And there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. As soon as he sees the pack, he uses the counter. Or if he's pushing up, he's pushing in. He does not give a shit anymore. But he's still got fought out just about on the periphery of the vision there. He's still going to push in. He's going to try and still make something work. He feels desperate now. He's trying to take out the Su-85 first. He got the Pak 40 pushing away. He's trying to get rid of that 120mm in the meantime. However, the Panther has been countered even through its very, very sturdy Glacis frontal armour. Oh, and the 251 veteran of the Wehrmacht, that 14-kill hero, is now getting taken out. Half-track is kaput as it rears out of control. Wehr just about manages to cap the north there as it destroys the combat engineers. 2 grenadiers being immediately built for Nagano. He has to prioritise victory points at this point. He has to make this happen. He's got 67 and dropping. It looks to me that von Ivan has a steel grasp on the centre. He has this massive battle group here. This is massive by company of hero standards, of course, in this platoon-based combat game. Wehr's going to keep the northern sector. Wasn't able to reclaim his Pak 40, now has no packs. His opponent has 2.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
What a day of battle we've had, and he sees the situation in front of him and throws in the towel. GG, well played to both players today. And I think, to be honest, all in all, if we're being honest with ourselves, you give somebody their best faction to work with. You give the #1 Soviet player in the game his best faction to work with, and he'll show you how it's played. Today, we stopped von Ivan playing with his most powerful commanders. They were banned. He could not utilise them. He rose to the top, and he beat top-tier competition regardless. Let's just have a very quick look at the stats. So von Ivan actually finished with just under the KD of his opponent, but as Soviets are still respectable. He had, pretty much parity all game. His opponent's best unit was the Pak 40, which died 5 times, and honourable mention to the 251, which got 36 kills. Von Ivan, by comparison, of course, Penal Battalion, best unit. And we've already seen the overall stats. And so thank you everybody for watching today. I will host whomever wants to be hosted. If not anybody in chat, I'll host Imperial Dane. And we'll see what the Daney boy is up to. But thank you everybody for watching today. I will give a very few shout outs before I make my exit. This is funded by Patreon. If you want to see more activities such as this one in the future, it may be a good idea to support me. It will also be uploaded on YouTube after the fact today. If you've missed any of the great games today, you will see them uploaded to YouTube. Roam it with some great balancing advice there. Demos must be cheaper. Not sure about that one. We'll have to have a real big think about that. Indeed. So, big thanks to Von Ivan. Great play, sir. You did excellently well today. You won. I'll update the brackets now for all eternity, so we can honour you in your victory. What the hell? Where are the brackets kept? Oh, I know. There we go. So let me do the honourable updating of the brackets. 2-0 to Von Ivan. You have your winner. I should probably give him a golden colour, maybe. There you go. Von Ivan's your winner today. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you have a pleasant evening and a good week at work or school or being unemployed watching Company Hero streams, whatever it is you do. Thank you and goodbye.